Hey there. If you follow our videos here on our YouTube channel or on our website, 5mrealty.com, you know my name is Scott Talley. I'm the owner broker here at 5Market Realty in Athens, Georgia, where we like to do market update videos on our new listings, basically trying to keep our clients informed and people that follow us for information about what we're seeing in the market, whether you're looking to buy or do something now or really just wanting to stay informed. If you're interested in Athens area real estate, staying up to date on things, be sure to click subscribe. And if you follow us and you've seen these videos over the last four or so years, you know today I look a little different. Circle around my head. I'm not sure how I'm going to like being a floating head in these videos, but the software that I've used for years has just started to get a little problematic, having a lot of glitches, things that kind of had me doing things over and over. So I'm trying a new platform today, and so I'm going to be a floating head instead of the rectangle that I was for so long. Well, let's get started and make this not be too long to give you the information on what we're seeing. Number one, we're only 45 days in the market, so what does that look like? Well, a couple things. We're definitely noticing that home prices are slowing down, and we're thinking, could 2025 become a buyer's market? Let's go over some numbers here, and let me move my head a little bit right here to get out of the way. Now, it's almost Valentine's Day, so we only have about 45 days if we into the year to talk about. So really, we can only look at the month of January and see what that looks like, and let's compare that over the last 3 years here. Now, you can see that we're basically 23%. There's 139 new listings in the month of January, 72 days on market. That's a big deal, and I'm going to point that out. Also, the average sold price. Let's just look down here. 2025 compared to 2024, we're 23% down on new listings. 2024, we came out of the gate really strong with listings, but we're still over 2023. And the days on market just for the month of January is a very robust 72 days. Keep in mind, that's just for the month of January, but we're comparing that over the last 3 years. This is the stubborn thing for buyers. Home prices continue to be high. They continue to go up, but we're going to focus on what's going on there a little bit later, and then look at the total homes sold, which is also 20% up. I do want to do this. Let's compare what's happening now to 2 years ago in 2023. 2023 in this market was probably the bottom of the market as far as activity goes. Not so much on price, but activity. And let's compare to what we're seeing now. And right here across the board, let's circle these numbers. I've circled these because I like what I'm seeing. 2023 was bad. People feel like this market's not great, but we're almost 27% up on new listings over 2 years ago. Days on market, again, this is just January, almost 14%. Average sold price, the stubborn prices, they're not really going down. They're just slowing down. And then the total homes sold, we're almost at 100. 100 homes, is not a great number, but January is not supposed to be a high activity time. Let's go to this next slide here. This is the monthly inventory of homes. You know that I've been tracking this and we've been watching this. Active homes on the market, not homes that are active contingent, not homes that are under contract, but what could go out there and make an offer on today. And this is from the Athens MLS. And 62 more than a year ago in last February. So 62 more. And look here in November. This was the height of the market for inventory, November 2024. And you can see this trend starting from February of last year. What do the listings do? Well, they continually go up. So the next 60 to 90 days is going to tell us a lot about the market we're going to have in 2025. And what is this inventory going to do this year? Where do we go from here? Could we get to 400 plus? Could we get to 500 homes for sale? That would be a great thing to see to balance the market and also for home buyers. Another thing to talk about is days on market and home prices. So you can see the graph has kind of changed here. We're now going to different colors. This is from InfoSparks in our MLS. What I've done is separate out the 5 Points area, downtown Athens, East Athens, and the Oconee County market. Blue Oconee, this magenta is 5 Points. This is the average days on market just recently from the Classic MLS. And what I want to point out to you here is the higher the price, the longer the wait. The higher the price, the longer the wait. Everybody talks about 5 Points being a highly desirable area. All of that's true, but it's 3 months right now, almost 90 days. Oconee County, average home price is $640,000. Well, that's going to be right there at 75 days. And then the lowest amount of time is right here under 60, which is East Athens, and it's a more affordable thing. There's also condos in that market that sell very frequently. And of course, downtown has the same thing, condos that are desirable, less days on market. Prices are still high downtown, but you also have other little areas that are classified that are more affordable just outside of the true downtown district. My point is, be aware of the market you're in if you're looking to buy or to sell. So if you're selling and very high end, pricing your house is important. If you're at the lower end, for instance, we have people, UGA parents looking for condos right now. the sellers have power in that market right now. Some of them are still overpricing things, but overall, the buyers don't have the power in that scenario. I recently had someone that called me about something. I'm not the listing broker, but they were complaining that their house was on the market and they had not had anybody walk in the house and what was wrong. I told them to give that broker a chance. We'd had 2 snowstorms. It was January and the house was overpriced by about $300,000. So if you bring the price down and you wait for better weather, you're probably going to get a buyer to walk in the house. On to some other things about home prices. So, what I want to point out here real quick, this is a source is Case-Shiller looking at home price appreciation. You can see right here, March 2020, what was that? See where my cursor is? That's COVID. And then what starts to happen to home prices? They go berserk at a 20% clip. And then right there where this arrow is, what does that signify? Well, that's the beginning of the interest rate hikes. They were probably a year too late. 2022 is when they came into effect. Probably should have been done a year earlier, but hindsight's always 2020, right? And then what happens here? We see the home price appreciation go down. 2023, it's almost stops, but then we kind of come back up at a much more normal clip. Let's compare what we're seeing here to what we see pre-COVID in 2019. That's the point to kind of end this video on. Home price growth has remained relatively flat over 2024. If you follow these videos, you know that's really not the case in Athens. We saw probably a little less than 10% appreciation. Our market is different than what was happening nationally. But nationally across this, and this is from Case-Shiller as well, you're seeing less than 1% or about a 0.5% home price gain over 2024 from January all the way to November. And that's actually good news for home buyers. That's kind of where we want to end this on. One thing, home price forecast. So one of the frustrations of the market for people is, well, with inflation and everything, home prices have not come down. Interest rates are up. Affordability is a very difficult thing. Well, all these people are forecasting the appreciation to slow down, which we've talked about. I don't know if you can read some of these names. Wells Fargo there, Goldman Sachs, Zillow, Bright MLS, CoreLogic, NAR, and Mortgage Bankers Association. The highest one being Wells Fargo, and even Morgan Stanley has it below, actually showing it going down. The consensus would be we're going to see slower appreciation, which would be a good thing. Lastly, here's a quote from Zillow. Prices are expected to rise this year, though most will do more slowly than they did last year. Slower growth is good news for buyers who have locked in their budgets and are saving for down payments. So slower price growth is good for buyers. And what we would like to see is slower appreciation, because when it's going wild like that, that's really not a sign of a healthy market. People need to be able to afford these homes. So one surprising thing that I did find from this, because we get this information from Keeping Current Matters, is a record percent of Americans are planning to buy a home. This is actually a source from NerdWallet that is saying that the share of people looking to buy a home in the next 12 months, 15% gain. 15%, which was 11% last year. So it feels like the interest rates have been doing this for a couple of years. People are kind of adjusting to the new norm, and people that need a home are starting to get a plan. So it's February, almost Valentine's Day. I think today's the 13th. That would be the 13th. So from there, we're going to see in the next 60 to 90 days. Keep following us, because we'll keep you up to date with what we're seeing in the 2025 market. Always be sure to keep us in mind. Let me move my floating head over my own head. This is our group here at 5Market Realty. Anybody in this picture, we also have some not pictured, can help you get started if you're looking to make a purchase, looking to make an investment, maybe planning a sale of your home. Remember, the peak of the market the last several years has been May. So if you're planning to do something, you want to try to get to that market before May 1st. Info at 5mrealty.com. Be sure to click subscribe, and thank you for sticking with me for about 8.5 minutes. Have a great February. Stay warm, stay dry. Happy Valentine's Day, I guess.